We have a new U.S. champion. Roman Reigns had to face the entire heel roster. All that and more on Hardcore Wrestling Radio's Raw Reaction. Hello, everyone. I am your hardcore host, Rickhead, and as always, I have the hardcore crew here with me. First, he's my sidekick. He's my partner. He is the son of a bitch, Andy. Andy, what's up?
I hope everybody's doing okay, and a big, if you can call it a shout out or condolences to David Bowie and all his family and friends, because it's been done to death, so we might as well do our own version.
Yeah, rest in peace, David Bowie. And we also have James from the Big Easy, who actually saw Raw tonight live. James, what's up?
You know, I did not know I sat behind Drew Brees until after the fact.
Well, with that, let's get in. Check out the what happened with Raw tonight. Don't come mind me, guys. I can't speak tonight. So, first it was the Social Outcasts and Ryback, and they wound up taking out the Whites. It wasn't really a match, Andy. Was this even necessary?
No, I think Ryback just came out so he could do his feed me more gimmick, which doesn't work.
Yeah. Now, James, tonight you were Raw on hand, and from what we noticed, the crowd was awful dead tonight.
Well, it's just weird, though. It's like, I mean, I understand we have the national championship, but it was a good amount of crowd, but it's usually not. It's like one of those weird ones. It's like, it's been quiet for the longest, and I never heard the crowd this quiet since I've been going to events since Elimination Chamber 2013.
And, you know, we found out earlier today, of course, WWE officially announced it on Raw, that Sting is the first person to be inducted in the 2016 WWE Hall of Fame. And I want to say it's about time. Sting should have been inducted in the Hall of Fame before he even walked through the WWE doors. But obviously, Andy, they had to make him do those couple of matches so they could say he was an actual WWE superstar.
I just wish they'd have let him win at WrestleMania against Triple H, but that's Triple H's ego for you. So I just think I feel sorry for him that he's not really had a decent win against anybody of any credibility for him to go in the Hall of Fame and saying, this is what I did when I worked for the WWE. They've just shit all over him like they did Booker T and all the other WCW stars.
Yeah, James, I'm sure you heard by now Sting in the WWE Hall of Fame. What's your thoughts?
Well, when I first heard it online, and I was really surprised, but I wasn't at the same time because there was been the rumors that Sting was going to be in the Hall of Fame sooner or later. So, and the thing is that I like the fact they put a lot more the fact that he was the WCW guy, and not like, okay, he did his thing in WWE, but he was the majority in WCW. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and let's not forget that he was in TNA for several years. He did win several titles over there. He even was a leader in the Main Event Mafia, which was a great stable in its time. So,
you know what's the funny thing I was looking at that when they were showing all those like tabloid stuff? One of the tabloids said TNA, and when it went through WWE. So, yeah.
Yeah, so absolutely, congratulations to Sting. And so let's move along. Earlier tonight, we saw Alberto Del Rio face Kalisto for the United States Championship, and Joe, who's not with us tonight, pretty much was the one who was ranting about how Kalisto shouldn't be winning the beat against Alberto Del Rio. But Andy, we have a new champion. What was your thoughts?
I was surprised that they'd give it to Kalisto, to be honest. It's inevitable Alberto's going to lose it sooner or later, but I didn't think he'd lose it against a smaller guy.
All right. And James, your thoughts on Kalisto being the new U.S. champion?
When I was looking at this match live, I was like, you know, I don't think Kalisto is gonna win the U.S. title. If he gets the chance to win it, I would say at the Royal Rumble. But then when the roll-up happened and the 3 count occurred, I'm like, what? They actually did a title change here? On a Raw? it surprised the heck out of me that they gave this chance to Kalisto. I mean, yeah, his whole thing with I think he's supposed to win tag team titles with Sin Cara, but Sin Cara got injured, and the fact that Cena is injured himself, they had to go to plan a plan out of their ass. You know, it's like okay.
Yeah. And obviously it was like a last minute thing. Earlier tonight, later on the night, we saw Chris Jericho, and he did the highlight reel. And Andy, I don't know if you could agree with me or disagree with me, but he really has issues. Really, he's overselling himself over the past couple of years.
I like Chris Jericho when he comes back, but I just don't like this Jericho with his Jericho-tron 69 million squillion and one. It's all that, and I think they should drop it altogether. But I fully agree with what you're saying. He was all himself tonight. He was severely selfish. It was just like he doesn't need to promote himself. We all know he is.
Yeah, obviously this brought down the New Day, which eventually would be the Usos versus New Day with Jericho and Xavier Woods on the outside. And I have to admit, I was laughing my ass off when they broke the trombone, and yeah, Xavier Woods just flipping out. James, what did you think about that one?
We're gathered here today for Xavier Woods trombone. It was funny. It was like I never really thought that Chris Jericho was going to be the one that breaks the trombone. I thought it would be something.
Oh, yeah. You know what? No, I got to disagree with you because, again, don't get me wrong. I do like Chris Jericho. I've been a big fan of him for years. It's just sometimes he oversells things, and I wouldn't be surprised that he had to take that spot. Now,
somebody had to.
Yeah, pretty much. So, the main event match of the night was supposed to be Roman Reigns 1 versus all, which basically was almost like just... it was more of a Kevin Owens-Reigns match, because Owens controlled most of the match. Obviously, the heels were getting involved. And eventually, the heels just pretty much just flowing in, and it's just pummeling the hell out of Owens. And then of Reigns. Who comes down? Brock Lesnar and cleans house, Andy. Now, what were your thoughts about Brock Lesnar? It's just pretty much cleaning house.
I just think it was pretty obvious what was going to happen. No one was going to put up any fight against Brock Lesnar, but him and Kevin Owens, in my opinion, him and Kevin Owens had too long a match because nobody else had any more than probably 2 or 3 minutes in the ring, and it was like Brock Lesnar's here now and he's going to get rid of everybody. So it just seemed as though it was the Kevin Owens and the Roman Reigns match, and a couple of others just got in the ring. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, pretty much. And like I said, it was mostly a one-on-one match. And then the funny thing, James, is when Roman Reigns came down, he didn't really get that much of a pop. He got almost nothing. And Brock walks down, the fans go fucking ballistic.
It's just like, we all know, everybody, they advertise Brock Lesnar, and they did not. They did not, they were waiting and waiting. It's like, where's this Brock Lesnar guy? And the thing is, you look at it, it's like, okay, Brock Lesnar's now here. I have a question. Did you guys hear a boring chant during that match?
I think so, yeah. I heard somebody chanting something, and I didn't know what they were chanting, so that could have been it. But
during that match, they were chanting "bore." Like they were trying to start boring chant. It worked a little bit, but it didn't go through like that.
Yeah. So overall, guys, I'd probably have to give this like maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Usually I give more because last week's Raw was great. This one, despite we have a new U.S. champion, there were a few other dry matches that were just there just for the sake of continuing feuds. Andy, what was your overall score? Any highlights that you could think of?
Ric Flair seemed absolutely sober for once in his career, and I'd probably give it 5 out of 10. Just the fact that Ric Flair was sober.
Wow. James, over to you. Your thoughts and score.
Watching it live, it was very interesting. They had some high spots, there was some low spots. There was just really surprised. The really surprise for me was Kalisto winning the U.S. title. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for the surprise factor.
Very cool. All right, so Andy, you're over at Stoke Haunted. What do you got going on? Where can people find you?
Yeah, I've got an investigation coming this Saturday at pottery place called Spode. So you'll see the video after Saturday, probably Monday or Tuesday of next week at www.stokehaunted.com. Or if you don't catch it there, you can get it on the Stoke Haunted YouTube or Stoke Haunted Facebook.
All right. And James, I know you're over on Twitch. What do you got going on over there?
I'm on twitch.tv/fatboy504. I do PS4 gameplay. I'm on twitter.com/ at fatboy504. And on the HWR Facebook page and in the chat room, I have posted a link from my YouTube channel, Ric Flair's and Charlotte's Q&A panel from the Comic-Con this past Friday, because I got a chance to meet Charlotte and Ric Flair.
Wow. You know, despite we always give, Ric Flair a little bit of shit, that must have been a true honor for you.
Yeah. It's an honor just to get to see a legend up close and personal and tell all them stories and stuff.
Wow. And guys, please take a few seconds and like or comment on this Raw reaction. We want to know your thoughts. What was some of the best spots? What were some of the worst spots of the night? If I had to actually pick out one bad spot, and without getting into the deep into the conversation, was the Kalisto Alberto Del Rio Hurricane Rana spot. He completely misses Alberto Del Rio. But you know what, guys? Right now we are ending the show. Check us out over at youtube.com/HWR show. And of course, join in the conversation by hanging out with us in the group section on facebook.com under the name HWR Chat Room. So for the Hardcore Crew, I am your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you.
There was blood.